Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Hello and welcome to City Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast here on the Nerd Party Network. I am Darren Moser, and as always, I am joined by my fellow Strandees, Philip and Daniel. There's a lot of news going on, guys, in Star Trek, but you know what? I have also rediscovered my love. It didn't go very far for rediscovery for Lower Decks. I've been watching, I've been starting to rewatch because you know what? It's just such a good show. It's just so, I'm like, why watch other old 80s, semi-nostalgic shows that aren't really that good and don't actually hold up that well when I could watch a guaranteed awesomeness every single week.
Man, that is some A-team erasure. But anyway.
Did you start with the pilot?
I actually started with the beginning of season 2, and I'll go back and watch. And not that I have anything against season 1. There's a lot of good stuff.
He wanted to see,
but
what the cupcake hamper, whatever, pancake hamper, whatever.
Peanut hamper. Yeah, no, not yet. We haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, no, I started with. There were a couple of YouTube channels that had just little clips of episodes, and mostly it was clips of the finale, which was amazing. But I was like, yeah, man, this is all really, really good. Okay, I need to watch this again because.
What is the first episode of season 2? I can't remember.
August.
It is the one where Ransom gets God powers.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's kind of the reset the status quo where they were buddy like Mariner and her mom were, and then by the end of this they're back to I hate you and you hate me.
Because there's only one relationship we can focus on in Lower
And what's his
Decks.
face is still in the Titan. Boimler's still in the Titan.
Yeah, Boimler's practically not there. It's just that last shot of I'm sure Boimler's having a good time, and they're like flying into the temporal anomaly, and he's like, "What?"
Riker's like, "I love my job."
Yeah, and Rutherford and Tendy's B plot is he's acting different since his implant reset, so she's worried that because he likes pears now, and he didn't used to like pears. So she's worried that if he keeps changing and his taste change, that he won't want to be friends with her anymore. And it's kind of sweet.
Is that where she's chasing him with the medical gun?
With the medical rifle. Like, let me heal you. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And you have the aliens that are trying to pick their Starfleet frequency number. And so they're just taking forever. They're like, this number just doesn't have gravitas.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And they're like, most people just pick a random number and they just say, hey, computer, call the Federation. And it does it. So you don't really need that number. And they're like, no, it's very important.
Isn't that, what's that? Is it first contact? Because I remember obviously the pilot is second contact, but this is
the title? No, it's Strange Energies, because that's what Ransom gets hit by. And it's like, what are strange energies? Well, strange energies are. I mean, it's like, have you heard of Gary Mitchell? And it's.
But I do like that they're keeping to the second contact mission of the Cerritos.
They are, yeah. And I can't wait till we catch up with the other lower deck episode of the Vulcan and the Klingon, because that one was so good. But yeah, no, it's the
Borg lower deck.
Well, that's for 2 seconds, but it was there. You're right. But yeah, like I said, it's not like my love of the show ever faded, but it has been a while since I've watched it. Because, gosh, when did this season come out? It feels like.
Well, it's so ephemeral because it's like 10 episodes a season. I mean, I know, but it's even worse because then it's only 35 or 40 minutes. And so, I mean, you can breeze through a whole season if you really wanted to in a day or two. So, yeah, I'm looking at October 21. So not fully a year ago, but still a while since season 2. And we'll have season 3 in the end of August in 22. So yeah, I'm excited. And there's a part of me that's like, can't they just drop all 10 and we can just be, but I know that's not the way we do things now. Sea Prodigy.
Yeah, we need to.
Can't they just drop anything for Brother?
Yeah, well, I was watching. I was looking for it on Plex, and it said like 4 seasons available. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. And they had the way Plex categorized it was season 1, season 2, like all these like special interviews as like a season, and then they had placeholders for the first 2 episodes of season 3. I'm like, okay, well that was a big fake out. Plex, thanks for nothing. Getting me excited that I can watch something early, but
that is not speaking into the horn of truth.
No, horn of truth. Yeah, is the horn of truth in season 2?
That's
or
season
1? Okay,
I think it's near the end, actually.
Which I love because you got Kirkwood Smith, as the voice of the interrogator, and
this is a birthday party. What did you think this was?
The big, we're here to honor them, and no, it's just, I don't know. It's interesting now with Lower Decks that, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of grown into what it's going to be in a good way. Like even season 2, I remember as we were discussing it, week to week, there was a lot of, they still haven't done new pairings, and are they going to do this? But you know what? I feel like where we are now with Lower Decks is this is what the show is, and we're buckled up for the ride. What do you guys think? Is there something you're expecting out of Lower Decks season 3, or is it like this show has kind of established what to expect?
I think there's like a status quo that is in the first 2 seasons, and like that was my frustration that I still experience when I watch the show, because like that final episode, the finale for season 2 was so good, and was like, to me, that's like how good the show could be all the time. If it if it stopped, if it left those tropes behind and it didn't like feel anchored by them, like held back by them, because that episode was so fantastic and funny and like tense and
referential, everything.
Yeah, you had everything in it. But I worry, of course, that they'll quickly go back to they'll whatever, they're going to steal the Cerritos, they're going to find Captain Freeman, and then everything's going to go. Then it's just going to be about Freeman and Mariner butting heads again. And that's what I worry about. Like episode 2, 3, or 4 are just going to go back to the same thing, and then we just do the jokes and stuff, and which again are good sometimes. But I just like when the show goes in a different direction. But that's what I feel about it.
I'm looking forward to them in episode 2 after they've saved Captain Freeman.
Oh, you think they're saving her in one episode?
Definitely. And then just episode 2, they're like they have to somehow reference the reset button. And just, of how, like, can you believe we stole the Cerritos and didn't get in trouble? Like, wasn't the ship super messed up from that adventure?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Captain Freeman?
Our new super fast, efficient space docks were able to replace every single outer plate in about 1 hour. It's amazing. It's as if it never happened.
Yeah, there's a reset button on the Starbase. What? Yeah, just a. I mean, refit. What did I say? Refit button.
Whoops.
I don't want it to come out all
part out loud.
Don't want it to come out all sovereign class.
Yeah, well, just because we saw, obviously we've seen the trailer for season 3, and you can just see sort of regular back to Cerritos life. So I doubt they're going to be. It's sort of like when Boimler was on the Titan, which I will. Give them points that he did stay on the Titan a little bit in season 2. It wasn't just like one episode and he's done. It was, and then they just split him in 2, so technically he's still on the Titan.
I forgot about that.
Oh, that's right.
So
we could technically get Boimler in Star Trek season 3 then. Picard season 3, sorry.
You're right, you just drops like, man, I had this one kid.
Man, there's one ensign, we should call him up. He's got
Well, that leads us into, one of the notes of news we got from Comic-Con this last weekend, which is the Lower Decks Strange New Worlds crossover that we're getting, which I'm assuming means that it's not Strange New Worlds characters appearing in Lower Decks. It's Lower Decks characters appearing in Strange New Worlds.
I think if they were smart, they would do one of each.
I mean, I don't know. I think it is going to be both, but it's so much easier to do one than the other. I mean, you just have the cast come in to do some voice work.
I mean, this is saying both Newsom and Quaid because basically
those two will be live action.
Yeah, so Strange New Worlds panel started, and then all of a sudden, Mariner and Jack, Tawny and Quaid show up, and they're saying that Newsom and Quaid will be reprising their role in a special crossover episode of Strange New Worlds, directed by Jonathan Frakes.
But it says it's going to be live action and animated.
Yeah.
So that makes me I don't know how they're going to do this.
It was funny because, and I wish I could give credit where credit's due, and this probably has been thought of before, but I swear like two days ago or a day before this announcement came up, I thought I saw something on Twitter like, wouldn't it be funny if they were live action just in the background of Strange New Worlds?
They could,
and then they do a time travel episode in Lower Decks. And that's probably what they're going to be doing.
That's true. That's true because we have to get them into the right time.
Mike McMahon has said it's not holodeck because someone asked him online. I mean, he could be lying.
I mean, that's the easiest way to do it, and you can kind of excuse the difference in like appearance. I am a little concerned because you're really going to take. I think it's like this is gonna be like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Like that worked in that universe, but Star Trek is reality, and like we kind of are further suspending our disbelief when it's animation, just because.
So they have said that they're showing up as animation in Strange New Worlds.
Animation. It says it's live action and animation.
See,
do you think there's going to be animation in Strange New Worlds?
No, I'm wondering. If they keep them divided, meaning, okay, in the Strange New Worlds episode, we see live action, Mariner and Boimler show up, and they're like, they just act normal. This just visually they're different. And then in the Lower Decks episode, we see animated Strange New Worlds characters. So you never see a Mary Poppins situation.
Yeah, no. No one said that.
Would Pike and company be animated in the style of the
How
animated
big will
series?
Pike's hair be in Lower Decks?
No, but why wouldn't they could animate them like the animated series?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
I think they should
I see what you're saying. Like there's going to be like a Pike covering his mouth. Well, speaking of animated series, not to just jump all over the place,
like those shorts that those people made that took TNG and Voyager episodes and animated in that style.
But I did see on the Lower Decks trailer, Darren, the creature from Sharper Than a Serpent's Tooth is going to be in Lower Decks. The dragon thing.
Yeah, what was it?
Kublai Khan. I forget what it is. I'll say it wrong.
Is this the one that was running around the ship? Because there was like a couple aliens, but I know what you mean. The giant stone head, right?
No. The dragon from like Kublai Khan. Is that what it was called?
Okay. Sorry, I get what you're saying. You're saying from the animated series episode. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you need to pull out the animated series?
I was just about to.
So it says right here, in this special crossover episode featuring both live action and animation. So I think the smart way to do it is this: you have a sequence where everything goes animated, but for most of the episode, you have them in live action. So the actors are just playing the roles. So it's like that scene in Doctor Strange 2. If you haven't seen it, no spoilers. This is just a thing. He's falling through multiverses, and at some point, he becomes paint, and like he is in a universe of paint. And that's kind of what I would think here would happen. Like maybe they would be traveling through some sort of reality distortion field, and like the Improbability Drive on
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they become yarn, right? Same kind of thing. So for whatever reason, that's how they get it together, and then everybody becomes animated, and then everybody becomes live action. I think that's the smartest way to do it.
It's gonna, and I think that'll be. I mean, I don't know, and I'm excited for it, but I think that'll be the coolest transition, however they do it. Whether it's just like a straight,
it
Lower
could
Decks
be
cell,
like there's some sort of
go through the door, and the way they cut
that'd be cool.
Suddenly becomes real life.
I mean, there could be some sort of like energy field that's filling a certain portion of the room, and when you're in it, you are animated. Like they could do, they'll do some sort of awesomeness. But Yeah, that would be, which is interesting though. And maybe they'll do it in different ways. Maybe my gut is almost saying that might happen on lower decks where you actually have a visible frame where you have animated and live action in the same frame. Cause that feels like more of a lower decks haha. Whereas in Strange New Worlds, I see that more as being the straight-laced, they're always live action in Strange New Worlds. Like,
right.
We don't see the... I mean, again, they could do whatever, but I don't see that...
Now, Daniel, you've always been pro crossover. I thought this would be your...
You know, I am, generally. This is kind of a weird crossover. Like, just because...
Weird is part of the job.
That's fine. It is fine. It's just weird because the tone of the show is so different.
Well, yes and no. I mean, like, we had the fantasy child's book episode.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's just weird. And specifically the place in the timeline. Like, I would have thought that there would have been even though technically they're further removed at this point, but I would have expected more of a Discovery, Strange New Worlds crossover first, just because those are connected in some way. It's just weird. Like, it's just weird, and maybe it'll be great. I'm definitely open to it. I'm just
that's true because we haven't done time. Have we done like time travel with lower decks yet? I'm trying to remember.
I'm sure if they made jokes.
Nothing where they're jumping that far back for sure to like the 22 something.
Can't think of anything.
No. They haven't had the joke in Lower Decks yet where they say temporal mechanics gives me a headache.
Yeah.
You know, like every other Star Trek.
I hated that course in Starfleet Academy. Yeah. Well, we did see in the new trailer for Lower Decks where they go to DS9. and that one was so funny because, they're like, approaching and the music gets all grand and they're like, and then the captain's all like, stall, like we got to stall from docking. He's like, okay, just fly around it like we're looking at all the pylons. And then and I'm like, is that what the other ships were doing in the background where they're not docked, they're just orbiting the station? And there's like, just keep turning. And I'm like, that's actually kind of funny because
now I did see or read and on Twitter or something article anyway that we will go inside Deep Space Nine. Makes me wonder who they're going to get.
He does say, Mike McMahon has said that we're going to walk the promenade, and we're going to see some familiar faces. So
now what timeline? Now is Cisco still around in Lower Decks time?
No, no way.
No, well, he's technically still as ancestral being at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what do you mean by technically? I mean, canonically.
So Lower Decks is after Voyager, right?
Right. Yeah. Yes. So he's definitely gone. Like he's definitely.
I'm trying to remember. So that might be some.
Yeah. Remember,
I don't think we'll see Cisco. I don't think.
Lower Decks
I know, but like who's in
Picard
command?
And we could get Nana to reprise Major.
We could. I suspect it's more. My gut goes with Quark. I think it's going to be Quark.
Because Quark is going to know Mariner 100%.
Yeah. Hey, Quark, you owe me. It's like the same thing like Thomas Rucker. Like, you owe me this many pieces of latinum. And he's like, that's how you say hi to an old friend? He's like, yes.
Oh, you know who would be perfect for Boimler to team up with? Rom. Of course, I guess at this point he's the...
he wouldn't be there anymore, yeah. So at the end of Deep Space...
Who's left?
Yeah,
Jake? Colonel Kira...
Yeah, Kira and Quark.
That's it.
Didn't O'Brien leave? Yeah,
O'Brien left. Gone. He's on Earth.
Bashir's still around, theoretically.
Is he? Yeah, that's right. I don't think he left. You're right. It could be Bashir. Yeah, Bashir could be there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably Kira or Quark.
I'm guessing both. Kira. I'm guessing Kira and Quark. I think that's the not low hanging fruit, but high probability.
See, I think they're also going to get Morn. So
they got to make a Bourne joke. He's got to be there.
I would laugh if they like in the credits show like the same actor as Morn, even though he doesn't say anything. They're just saying
that would be awesome.
We threw him a couple bucks to come back, and we got like some breathing out of him.
He recorded his head turns.
And I think that would be hilarious.
That'd be awesome.
But they could even point it out where they're like, look, even Morn's still here, or something like that.
No, you know what you could do in Lower Decks? You could have all of What's-His-Face's characters at the same time.
Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, you could have all of his characters in the same
Brunt
scene.
And
Wayun.
Wayun's gone.
Well, there's not always another Wayun.
There's always another clone. You can
I know they
always
said there
find another
wasn't,
clone.
but
I don't think they're still cloning people at that point. But
no, it could be like a hidden secret clone that was in a Dominion base that got reactivated. That's exactly the kind of thing that would happen on a Lower Decks episode.
And then
So I don't want to.
And he still thinks the
war's still on.
And he still thinks the war's still going.
Yeah.
We haven't got the. I don't want to go through the what are they called? The novel timeline here, but in the novels, Deep Space Nine gets destroyed or rebuilt or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they're ignoring that.
Yeah.
Okay, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that too.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think they're just going for literally why show hey good thing they rebuilt it, and then it's like no, it looks completely different and nobody knows what this place is now.
Isn't it usually tilted a little bit more? Anyway,
too much and we get MPOC.
Yeah. I did love in the Lower Decks trailer. We're gonna get our first Kelvin reference because Mariner was using the mining or the
whatever
you call that.
She was parajumping. Yeah.
I don't know if that counts as a reference or maybe an homage.
It's directly from 2009.
Yeah, it's a reference.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't mean they're in the Kelvin, but it's using technology that we see in the Kelvinverse. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that technology presumably always existed in regular.
No, it only happened because
we only invented parachutes because
Commander Kirk.
Well, and that'll be interesting if that's the same drill because that drill came from that.
There's no way
mining ship.
No, I think it's because she smacks right into it, whatever it is. So.
It looks just they just make it look like it. I think it's probably
we can tell what they're referencing. Yeah.
Right.
Which I think is funny because I would never think, if you were like Lower Decks, what are all the jokes? I wouldn't think like, what can we do with the Kelvin? Because I'm like, oh, different. But I'm like, obviously you can do whatever you want.
At season 3, everything is on the table. You never know.
I mean, you could theoretically have our version of Kiesner. He's doing.
Well, I think
what's he
you're
up to?
right because
Prime Kiesner.
I'm still thinking, eventually, like you kind of mentioned, Philip, they have to do some sort of TAS reference. Like it's like they're
they've done some already, right? Remember the
pictures of something,
the giant box skeleton.
Oh, that's right. But I mean, like you were saying, where it's something that's animated like TAS, and for some reason.
Right,
like their old historical tapes.
Watching an old log.
Yeah, everything looks like that, which is funny because it's like history. Although, yeah. And actually, they got to have something like that in the crossover. It makes the most sense because that era of TAS is Strange New Worlds time era.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad just to see, and I'll put this out there, no matter what happens, if I even get disappointed by it, I'm glad that they're showing some Deep Space Nine love because we've been getting lots of other love.
That's true.
Oh man, actually, that teaser was so sad.
Teaser.
It was a trailer showing, hey, all of Trek is now available
I just want to talk about that.
On Paramount Plus, and it's like, and I was like, okay, I don't think I saw any Voyager. Maybe one shot, maybe. And like when all the ships are going to warp or something. And there was like 1.5 shots of DS9 of like Cisco. And I'm like, okay, guys, I know it's not an HD. I know it's not. But you can spend money on some sort of algorithm to up-res 5 or so shots.
Technically, there's HD footage available if they want to use it. I mean,
that's true.
It's lying in a trailer, but they wouldn't be the first ones to do it.
But
I'm so glad you
it was just sad because I'm like,
I haven't seen this one.
I mean, I get it. It's weird. Okay, this is what I want to. But this is what I want to say first. It's like it's weird because it's kind of like Star Wars, meaning right now, whenever you see a big trailer about Star Wars or big push about Star Wars, there's a lot heavily pushing on the Disney era because they're the ones that own it. Even though they have hundreds of hours of episodes of, beloved cultural Star Wars, you're rarely going to see the same thing happens to the prequels or even some of the classics where you're going to get maybe a frame in your montage trailer. And we get the same thing with Star Trek, but it's weirder with Star Trek because it's all the same property. It's not like that changed. Right. And it's not like we can't act like DS9 was a great show that we want to show. I don't know. It
Philip,
me out.
You're
like, is there more Enterprise than DS9 and Voyager?
So Philip, you're not allowed to watch it because you're in the UK, and I presume you don't have. Locked. Yeah. But no, so the trailer is basically just announcing. Well, I know, but
Paramount Plus Light.
They're weird there. Yeah, it's like it's Diet Paramount Plus. It's basically just announcing that every Star Trek episode is now on Paramount Plus, and that's it. So that's the premise of the thing, and it's just a montage of everything. Probably 85% of the montage is new Trek shows. And like literally, like there are clips of TNG in there for sure. There's one clip of Voyager, I think, maybe a quick shot of Deep Space Nine.
There's one shot of Cisco.
You can see the NX-01 once, but it's mostly Michael Burnham and Saru, and there's a lot of lower decks in there, and like it's like 90%.
And any of the Picard stuff is Picard.
It's not
anyone else.
Yeah. So it's like. And like you were mentioning, Darren, like Star Trek is definitely unique because 90% of content, like if they're promoting every episode of Star Trek, 90% of the content is older stuff, and so like they're acting like it's a big deal. We have this huge.
Are all the movies available? Because they didn't have any shots of the movies.
That was the other thing I wanted to bring up because I think that would be a really great marketing thing to say all Star Trek is here, and I don't know why they can't do that. I feel like they can.
Is all it there? I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
So the and again, cultural difference. I haven't been keeping close track, but
I know you call them seasons, not series or whatever.
But the big thing at the UK is that the motion picture and also Star Trek 2 are coming in limited release theaters this fall. So, which I know.
I think there's another Star Trek 2 release because it's the 40th anniversary. Or there's going to be ice cream or something.
I was just trying to think. It was 82 when it came out.
I want to see. I'm looking right now. What movies are on?
Because I was like, I know it was 79 for motion picture, and so when you said that,
it's 82 because the 40th is.
I looked at the year. I was like,
but yeah, it just boggles my mind because it's like. You have all this content. Why not? This trailer is the perfect thing to introduce and show people that there are other shows on Paramount Plus to watch. It's like, all of TNG, all of what, like, literally just list it, with some shots in the background while you have the title up or something. I don't know.
But I do get it because I was down at the pub, as one is, and I had a Star Trek shirt, as I'm wont to do. And the guy behind the bar, and he was younger than me. I don't know, like we'll say like early 30s. But he was like, "Oh, Star Trek, yeah." He's like, "No, I'm watching it." And he's like, "Yeah, I like Discovery and like the Picard." So like he's like, "Yeah, I've never seen the old stuff." And so like, I mean, he's the target audience for Paramount Plus. So I mean, I see why.
And that's the thing. If the whole point is, I mean, the point of this trailer is, hey, there's more than just the current stuff. Keep your subscription longer because you're binge watching hundreds of episodes. Why not make that the focus of the trailer? Like, of all the trailers, this is the one that shouldn't have been 85% new Trek. It should have been like, exactly. I get 50. I'm not an idiot and going to be like, we're not going to promote our current shows because of course they're going to do that. That's what's making them money. But yeah, just like,
only Star Trek content, I just looked it up. The only Star Trek content missing on Paramount Plus right now is not Into Darkness, Beyond. That's the only movie that's not, which is okay, fine, but pay like whatever like licensing.
Almost all the movies.
Just get Beyond.
Many of the movies.
Get Beyond, then remake this trailer, or that would be the time to make this trailer and say all of Star Trek is on Paramount Plus, and then you can put the movies in there, and then like there's and some of the movies are newer and flashier, so you put the action scenes there, right? And then like
they're all in quadruple HD. They're all going to look good.
Put it all in in a really good package and include it like appropriately, like
Well, I think with the movies, they're waiting for their footage of Star Trek 4 to come out on the trailer.
And so, it can't be on Paramount Plus if it never exists.
But I'm just thinking, I mean, I have to assume the HDness is part of it. But there's so many shots of TNG that look good. Heck, there's TNG shots that are technically on DS9 that you could even use that episode just to show the station. Or like you said, Philip, like, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think
from the documentary. For
the documentary, they have a lot of use that.
They have and 10 minutes, if not.
And also, I was surprised there was so little of Enterprise because Enterprise is all in HD. Like show, there's also
them. No, I'm kidding.
Or show the shots of the two Enterprises like touching warp, fields, and like that was an awesome shot. Like there's so many cool things you can show, and even Voyager. Like I get it. Find some way to pick 3 shots or 4 and up convert them or do something. I don't think people are gonna, if it's a space shot with it flying by, you're not gonna notice the HD quality as much, versus like a shot with people in it or something.
No,
like
the Voyager intro sequence is still beautiful. I mean, you could still, and you could up-res that. I mean, with the resources that Paramount has, they could do it really quickly and easily and make it look
the way programs and algorithms are now, you putting the money into something that's using an algorithm to up-res is not beyond possibility nowadays. It's really not.
I think that this is they missed the mark on this. Like again, I would say put the movies in there too, and just say we have everything Star Trek, and like that's a cool thing to put out there. People were like, okay, cool. Now I have a reason. There's 1,000 things to watch. If you're going to say,
should be. It should be like if you love Star Trek and you want to watch any of it, come here
for Star Trek.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And going forward, clearly that's going to be the case. So it's like, why not include all of the other stuff too? I agree. It's so frustrating to me. I don't like Paramount, but I think that would have been they missed the mark here on this one.
It's just like. It felt like a by the numbers where do we feel like every show was given a popularity index and that determined how many seconds and frames of shots were in this trailer because
is that true?
New.
No, I mean like probably judging by your thoughts because having seen the trailer, how much is it
Picard kind of is because it's all
Strange
new
New Worlds. So it's 75% Strange New Worlds.
It's a recency bias, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like.
And there were shots from TNG, but it felt like every time I saw a shot of that, it felt like to me like, oh yes, but this is the one that people know and is popular too. And then less and less and less from there on.
It was probably there's probably 3 or 4 clips from the original series. Probably 2 or 3 clips from TNG, 1 clip from Voyager, like a half clip from Deep Space Nine, and nothing from Enterprise. So
that's
it's like,
exactly what it was. Yeah,
and then it was like 10 Discovery clips and 5 Picard clips and all that sort of stuff.
So I hope somebody does it. There was what was it? There's a YouTube I was watching, and it was talking about it was Bruno. I'm like, what was this talking about? It was talking about the We Don't Talk About Bruno song from Encanto. And it was really cool because it had a list of all the characters, and every time they sang, their counter went up a little bit. And it was basically showing how much of the song does every character sing. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool, and so it starts with Tia Peppa because she starts the song, and her counter is going up, and then the uncle comes in, and then so it was really an interesting visual way of seeing how much each person sings the song. I want to see the exact same thing for this trailer, where every time there's a shot, however many seconds or frames gets added to the total for every single show, so you can see the breakdown of, and it'd take a little time because there's some pretty fast cuts in it, but yeah, I want to see that breakdown of how much time was actually shown of each series.
Right.
Well, shall we move on to the big trailer?
Is it big?
Yes.
It feels okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead.
Daniel does not care.
It's just we already had this trailer. I actually am shocked. Like,
well, we haven't seen the pictures.
This time we actually see the people. I guess they don't talk. It's all voiceover again, which is so weird to me. Because
I was going to say they don't talk. They do talk.
They do talk, but it's voiceover. This is that's what I'm saying. It's like it's trailer 1.5. It feels like because it's exactly the same.
Teaser. Yeah.
I don't know. They're all just talking. And
what about those? What about those costumes though? Because it looks like they're actually wearing Starfleet costumes.
Well, I mean,
but they're all different, aren't they?
Well, I have two minds.
Well, it's like leather shoulders, and Worf's in yellow, which is kind of weird.
I've heard debate whether it's the lighting or not.
Everything does have a goldish tint to it, so
yeah. Because, and I don't know if she's still going by 7, so I'll say Captain 7. Captain 7 is still wearing season 2 Starfleet uniform. So I'm like, okay, good. We're keeping the uniform and not changing it for the 50 millionth time.
We can't do that.
Commodore LaForge and Captain Worf are wearing something else.
Wait a minute. He's a Commodore?
Yeah. You could tell.
I didn't actually see his rank. I guess I
heard someone say the word Commodore, but I didn't know where they got that name from.
Commodore O, that it looks exactly the same.
Interesting. Okay, fine.
But it looks like both Worf and LaForge are wearing I don't know if it's like a away team,
like a
kind
jacket.
It's almost like like how Strange New Worlds has all these different.
That would be cool if they had the standard
like an action uniform,
the standard one, the same one that 7 had underneath, but it was like an overall,
because it looks like they're almost wearing two things. Like I can't describe it on a podcast.
Well, Worf looks like ready for battle. He's got his baldric and something on his back. Like he is ready to go. Worf looks amazing.
I think Worf is we should talk about Worf a little bit because there's a lot.
We don't talk about Worf.
Wolf, yes, Wolf. That's the answer.
There's a lot going on here, and not to say that whatever. So last we saw Worf was Nemesis, right?
Yes, that's correct.
The last we saw him was Nemesis. Although, kind of in Deep Space Nine, he's given the idea, it's kind of weird because of the time, right? But I don't know. I just assumed Worf wouldn't be still in Starfleet at this point.
Yeah, well, and I mean, that's what we're going to find out.
He was what? He was a ambassador to the
Deep Space Nine.
At the end of Deep Space Nine, right?
But then Nemesis he's reverted.
So it's also kind of weird because they kind of ignored all that. So that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, no, they say he got. I mean, they do address it in Nemesis. I can't remember if it's a deleted scene, but it says I got sick of diplomatic life.
Yeah.
It's a one-liner.
So, whatever. But either way, but I just surprised to see him.
Well, I think what surprised me, but then I can get the explanation. So he's captain. What I can tell, Captain Worf. So I mean, look, Picard was a captain.
Put him on the Enterprise.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't. I mean, if they would do that, I mean, I have no problem. I have no problem, but I don't know if they would. But Captain Picard and Captain Kirk are both captains forever and a million days on the Enterprise. So if Captain Worf is captain of the Enterprise, and he's then of course I can understand he'd be captain forever. Man, do you think they would? I mean, bets now, captain of the Enterprise, E or F.
Well, and that goes. It makes the most sense to me because he's.
It's the last season.
Well, and
I would hope
in many of the books, Worf is the captain of the E. That is where they have his character go, and not that they have to stick to the books, but it makes sense.
Well, I mean, just logically, even Picard in and of itself, when Picard got promoted to admiral, the question remains: who is captain of the Enterprise?
So why is he wearing the baldric again? Because he lost it he didn't wear it obviously for a very long time, and then now he's got it again. So
he wore it. He wore it on Deep Space Nine.
No. Nope. He walks around without it all the time. I'm literally watching an episode about him right now.
Which episode? In DS9? Where he doesn't wear it?
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
it's very
I'm
unusual.
Wrong.
I was he's not wearing it on my cover of the Star Trek Companion, but it's very odd looking because he usually does wear it.
Well, that feels like we take a picture for the camera. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. No, that's my bad. You're right. He is okay. So why did I think he didn't wear it? Okay, that's fine. So, but it looks different, right? So I guess.
It always changes.
That's fine. Which is fine. I'm not upset about that. He's an old gray man. Again, not upset about that. That makes sense. He's an older Klingon. He looks more Klingon to me when he has the gray hair. Like I feel like it's more traditional Klingon. Yeah. I don't know.
I was going to say the opposite, and this isn't I'm not having like, oh, they changed Klingon look. I'm not having that discussion. I'm saying something else. What I'm saying is, and it's something subtle, and it's like, you know, when you saw Data and Picard, you were like, they did something. It's not the same, and it's the hair on Data, I think, is what it is. But like until you see all the pictures together, I'm like, something's off in Worf, and it's not a critique. I'm like, there's something different. I don't know why I'm not, because to me he looks more Michael Dornish than in any time we've ever seen Worf.
Sure, okay.
I feel like I can really see like
I think honestly a lot of it is the lighting, because you know he does look like his skin color looks lighter, but I think again they've been saturating and jacking up.
And also, I mean, I'm not gonna get into like lookism because like I don't know what Michael Dorn looks like in real life, and it's been decades. So and we all age, you know, naturally. And so I don't know.
He still looks the same, man.
So I was talking with Tristan. He said Dorn's gotten a little skinnier, but I don't know. But anyway, so that's why I was like, because like. And then, but the one change I did notice, because someone did post up.
So you're saying his face is more gaught, a
little bit.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. That's the thing that happens.
Again, I'll get there. But the one change is I finally saw someone did like a Twitter thing of all the Worf photos from like season 1, then later TG.
Okay.
Yeah, they filled in his mustache.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like, it used to be like a left and a right.
Yeah,
right.
I think that's throwing me off, to tell you. I mean, it's such a stupid thing, but like I think it's like when I look at Worf, like
part of it probably
something's off.
I mean, he can change his facial hair over 20 years or whatever, but
well, I don't know. You can't fill that in if that's all you have. So
I think that was a stylistic choice.
But anyway, so yeah, no, but
Klingons got 2 hearts. They can grow hair wherever they want.
Time Lord?
They have twice as many hair follicles as
they have a redundant hair follicle. His mustache got burned off in a fight, and his redundant mustache came in
with like a mini batleth. It's like, or what is it?
Whatever used in First Contact.
Yeah, that's how they shave.
Well,
can't tell me otherwise.
So already got promoted. That's nice.
Yeah, and from the voice, from what he says, he is a parent.
Yes, he's a father.
Presumably married. I mean, that's.
Are we going to assume it's Leah?
No, oh God, no! Please, no. That doesn't make any sense.
Well,
I know.
I mean, again,
in the books, it does happen. Like,
well, in all good things, it happens too.
True.
Yeah.
That's just so weird. Like,
where else? But who else could it be? I mean, it could be somebody we don't know.
Geordi had one romantic relationship. Who else could it be?
Aquiel comes back.
And boy, that would be a deep cut, man. Can you imagine?
Yeah, but she turned out to be an alien creature. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know. No, she wasn't. It was the dog.
It's right. That's right.
Right.
Yep.
Spoilers. Dog did
it. Spoilers for Aquiel, the most forgettable TNG episode.
So obviously we're getting Riker and Troy again. Now,
hang on, real quick.
Sorry.
Geordi has
prosthesis
the eyes.
Yeah. Well, he's had that since First Contact. So.
Yeah, I know, but it's just I figured they were going to do something weird and change it, but he looks great.
I think
that'd be funny if they actually gave him like his normal brown eyes, like as if
you're right,
like
the medical tech, or no, just like the medical tech came to actually regrow and give him functioning normal human eyes.
I would think they always want him to have
have some special ability. Yeah.
Well, that he is. I don't know. I'm going to get in trouble here. That he's still disabled, whatever the right word is. That he's still visually impaired. Is there? I'll go with that. That he's still visually like that.
He's still blind.
That still has to be a thing. Because if he's just like LeVar Burton, I mean, then that kind of loses what that character can mean to people or what that is. So
sure.
Or what if it's like one eye? Like one eye is blue and one eye is like that dark brown.
Like Jakar.
He's got a mini visor on one eye.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. A little mini visor wrap around.
I would love it. Like it's sunny outside. He just pulls out the visor. I could still use it.
Anyways, I just the one thing I just wanted to say about Geordi is like a lot of the other characters, and especially the Picard characters, are like tortured. But he seems to have had a good life since the end of TNG. So I was excited about that. I'm like, he has a family. He's got promoted.
Other than that
terrible,
why can't we follow his story? His amazing story.
I know, because now I'm trying to remember like what each person said.
If he's a Commodore, though, like I could see him being like Commodore of the Corps of Engineers. Like that kind of feels like what he would be. Yeah.
Because I mean, they're like, and so by default, Riker and Troy. Riker, and again, not trying to be Lucas. Riker, when I see the photos, people are all like, "God, he looks like he did in season like 1 or 2." And I was like, "No, look, that's what Jonathan Frakes looks like." But then I pulled up what Riker looked like in Nepenthe, and I'm like, he has lost some weight. Because I mean, that is a very, speaking of gauntness, they just lit him all that way because he looks like the thinnest I've ever seen in the face for 20 years.
He had an action shot. He has like a Starfleet pistol phaser, and like it was in one of the.
I remember.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow, okay, cool. Riker. I mean, he's like 60 at this point, but I guess we're doing this. That's fine.
Yeah, he's Captain Reserve, so
Yeah. Troy was not in uniform.
No, but we know that.
We knew that already. Of course,
that's not a surprise.
Right.
Well,
and we have Gates for the first time.
Yes.
We did see Gates. Yeah.
Ooh,
what was her rank? She was in uniform, right?
No, she wasn't.
Oh, she's not? Okay.
No, she was.
No, she
I mean, I'm looking at I'm watching it right now. She's the only one where you can clearly tell it's blue on the shoulder.
Okay. What's her rank?
I
mean, who knows what these new uniforms?
Her hair is kind of covering it, so I cannot tell because she literally has hair on her shoulders, so I can't tell her rank.
Interesting. Okay.
But she is.
Wait, did you check her comm badge? Because sometimes in the new Star Treks, that's where it is too. So.
Again, it's a far shot, and her hair is covering things, and then it's a close shot, and you can't see anything. At least from what I'm saying.
It was great to see Gates again, though, because we have not seen her.
It was.
Obviously we hadn't seen Geordi and Worf either, and we talked about them, but
with it being a show called Picard, we've been very unsure of why we haven't seen Gates more. Yeah. That'll be interesting. Which is also funny because in watching little clips of Star Trek on YouTube, there was the Enterprise arrives to help the Pasteur, and it's the Enterprise in all good things and the vertical flight and all that stuff, and it's seeing again, it's all our favorite characters aged, quote unquote, with makeup to look older, and I'm like, oh yeah, but that always threw me because again, it's not a bad thing, but like in that future, the uniforms always confused me because you see her in all red and it just looks like a uniform, like that's what they all have, and then there's in the back someone in like a blue one, and you're like, oh wow, so it's like the entire uniform is one color.
I thought it was all red. I thought it was just like they were all red, like it was like the monster maroons. Like,
you see old Barclay, I think, and he's all. Oh no, he uses the same uniform in his future, and it's all
yellow.
Gold.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I always thought.
But it's so weird because there's like no black. That's what makes it weird because it's hard to realize. It might.
Did you discover anything when you looked at when you zoomed in on Gates' collar?
Well, I think what it threw me off.
Well, she's captain in that. She's captain of the Pasteur.
Well, I think.
Well, no. I'm talking about he was looking up from the trailer.
Oh yes, Philip.
Yeah, I think what threw me.
Analyze and enhance, please.
I think because she's wearing like. From what you can see, I know this doesn't work well on a podcast. From what you can see, her neck, she's wearing a black turtleneck. And that's what I think you can mostly see. But, I mean, Darren's right. It almost looks like she is wearing the same action uniform that the boys are wearing. So you literally see...
Because you can kind of see the triangle on the shoulder.
Blue. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. And on the wide shot,
takes up most of the shot.
You see how the shoulder comes to a point, and it is. I mean, again, it looks like blue-black because all the colors are all messed up, but it does. It doesn't look like the red, quote unquote, or the gold of the others. It looks like blue.
So so there's two characters we haven't covered yet, really, and I just want to say
Data. I didn't see him. His head.
Well, no,
it's true. We didn't
joke.
See Data.
I mean, they're saying Brent Spiner's in this.
Yeah, of course he's in it.
Which is true because I honestly, it was just a few moments ago where I'm like, I feel like we're missing someone. Like I'm looking through all the headshots, and then I'm like,
I forget if they said he's
Brent
a
Spiner.
new old character or an old new character, but it is one of those that they said.
I mean, presumably it has to be the only character that we know Brent Spiner plays in.
Picard,
but
he played two different ones.
Yeah, but the old one is from 2020, so it can't be that guy. It can't be whatever that guy's name was. It's got to be the new one from season 1.
The same relation. Soon.
Right.
They're all Soongs, right?
They're all Soongs, right? So it doesn't matter.
Cousin Sooms.
Yeah, who cares? It's like it's.
I mean,
He's Brent Spiner. He's gonna be standing here. He's like, I feel like I'm not wearing the right thing in this shot.
it is weird. It's so weird, right? I think this is
whatever happened to lore.
It's so bizarre because, like, you know,
oh man, if he shows up as lore, I think that's a bridge too far. I don't think he will. He said he's done playing Data. I don't think he's ever gonna.
But it would feel more natural to me for him to be lore than Soong. I don't care about Soong.
Which Soong?
Any of them. Doesn't matter. I don't care about any of them. It would make more sense.
About Soong.
Which one?
It just because it's like, okay, so this season is like literally for people like us.
The
it's for
finale.
People who love
It
TNG.
is,
It's like to get the crew back together -1. But also he is still there on the side as someone else is weird. It just feels. It doesn't feel right to me.
Like, in other words, his story is done.
I mean, look at it this way. It's kind of like a Star Trek 6 where, like,
he's the Sulu.
Yeah, he's the Sulu. Like, Sulu is and I know Sulu's the same character, but it's similar though, because think about it, as far as the entire plot of that story, not that Sulu's not in it, but they don't bring him back on the bridge and sit him in the chair, because that wouldn't make sense.
Fly apart.
No, but okay, so in Star Trek 6, Sulu's character arc, he gets more development in that movie
5.
than in all of everything he did before that. So, like, you're actually elevating that character, making him more important, making him more interesting. Right. For here, we're getting a side character who is, by all, for all intents and purposes, we've seen the end of that story. Who cares? Some people may care. I don't care about, like, those robot planet, android planet, whatever it was. We saw the end of it. We were done with it, and who cares?
Because we know Issa or Issa, whatever, her is gone. I mean, so like you can't do the android planet without her. I don't think so.
Yeah. And the other thing that stuck out to me too was Rafi, because she has a moment as well, and I'm always like, and I was like, and not that I don't like her character, I do. I just don't know how she fits. I don't know where she. Like,
she's with 7, presumably.
Right. Which is also kind of a stick-outish thing too.
Though, how are they gonna? I mean, like, unless they get married, it'd be weird for her to be like first officer of the Stargazer. Right. Like, can you be dating your first? I mean, anyway, that's a Janeway Chakotay situation. But anyway, like, in other words, to get Commander Rossiter, because she was first officer of the Excelsior. And now 7's captain of the Stargazer, presumably. And so, like, how do they...
All these old ships. We think we'd get some new ones.
I mean, I like the idea of 7, like, gallivanting around with an aged Enterprise crew. I really like that. That's the part I'm probably going to like a lot. But I've just... I don't know where
That's true. If they don't make her the captain, is she going to be in Data's chair in the front?
You know what? That's a good point. Yeah.
Like, she kind of...
Is the Data,
is the Data.
And at some point during season 3, she has to say, that's not how we did it on Voyager.
Captain Janeway would never.
I don't know how they did things on the Enterprise, but...
So, yeah. No, I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, as far as desire, like, I would love for them... Well, okay. Oh, man. I was going to say, I'd love for them to be on the E... or the F or whatever, but with, like, Worf as captain. But they got this brand new Stargazer set, and I have a feeling they're
used
not
it for 2 seconds.
I was gonna say, I had a feeling like if we're gonna have a ship that's our ship, it's going to be the Stargazer. Like,
I'd be fine with
which I'm fine with too.
Yeah. You could just make like
how about it's a Stargazer class, but it's the Enterprise. Like, F.
Fine with me.
It could be.
Or whatever.
Could be.
What class is the Stargazer? The new Stargazer.
Good question.
It has a class.
Nerds figured out.
My question is, with everybody having an elevated rank, and this is kind of a thing that they didn't really deal with in the original movies, but, like, who's in charge?
Well, Admiral Picard.
Yeah, okay. All right. I guess that's above a Commodore. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. He just turns into a Star Trek.
Does Geordi get a
movie.
big hat when he becomes Commodore.
Oh, it's a Sagan class. Oh,
that's right.
I knew I liked that ship for a reason. That's great.
Someone had tweeted out this idea. I don't know if y'all agree with this or not. What if they had inverted this? That this season 3 was season 1, and then bled into new characters. That would then last for 2 more.
That would
seasons.
make way more sense.
It would make sense, but it's kind of like we're already here, so it's almost like why dream what will never be.
Well, I think because I don't know.
Honestly, I feel it probably wouldn't be made because Patrick Stewart was very adamant about wanting a different kind of story for him to bring that character back. And I feel like what we're getting and the fan service levels that are going to be in season 3 is not what would have brought him back to the project in a season 1.
I could see that. I
feel like it's a Enterprise situation, or
it's a coda. It's a nice, send off.
I think it's like, to me, it reminds me of the Enterprise. Not that I agree with this, but what others had said, that season 4 is like, well, if you did that in the first place, you would have been on board the whole time. But you would have had. You had 3 years of character development leading up to that. Like you can't just jump into that. Yes, you did. Oh yeah. What's Travis's first name?
Boomer.
Sweet spot. That's No, I just okay. So I guess we've talked about this ad nauseum, but just like I don't believe they're going to stick the landing on this one. I think there's going to be plenty of things I'm going to have issues with. But what do you like for us, for people who are fans of this like property, and like what challenge are they going to be overcoming here? They can't do the Borg because we've done that in this series. What is the thing that's going to bind these people together again?
We did Q. We did the Borg.
We did Q. We can't do that. What do you even want to see them try to like?
Kestra gets kidnapped and they have to find her
together.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that could be fine, I guess. But is it going to be like,
do we bring
Resurrection of
back?
Data's storyline? No, Nexus. No, not the Nexus.
I don't know. I'm just throwing things out here.
Again, Data would be interesting, except we've done.
Do we go back to Farpoint? Just come back where it all started?
That would be kind of
that's
fun.
where Lower Deck starts. You notice that Lower Deck's that first part is their own Farpoint station.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. That is Farpoint station. Where she's at the market, like talking about like
Starfleet, undiscovered country.
Groppler Zorn, that's what it is.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I don't know what like story they're going to tell us that I am interested in hearing at this point.
If they had just announced Star Trek Picard limited series, all of them are back, baby, and it's like we're going to do it for 10 episodes. I'd be like, cool, let's do a reunion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it is.
Yeah, reunion show. Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm open.
We've gotten
to
all of Picard's trauma out of the way. We can move on.
Darren, you actually, I swear I read. That's what this whole thing's about.
Does it have to be? Because I felt like we dealt with that last season.
Look,
nobody liked it. Nobody liked the trauma storyline.
I don't know where I read that, but it was kind of like something about this is all about Picard's dealing with stuff.
Come
I don't know where that quote is from, but I swear I read that somewhere.
Just stop talking, Philip. We're going to move on.
I know.
Joyous.
I would love 8 episodes of fun, lighthearted celebration of human achievement.
I want references. I want, like, welcome back, Mr. Worf. How was that little station you were stationed
Barclay
on for
show
a while?
Up? Because we've gotten Guinan. I mean, who else?
Barclay could show up.
We got
Barclay
Will.
Could show up.
We got Wesley. I mean, that's what I tried to mention.
I think Wesley still will show up.
I don't. I think he did his 5 seconds.
He did. She already showed up in the last.
I know, but I think he'll still show up.
Well, that could be. That
like
could be.
Shot.
So maybe that's part of the plot, because that's the other thing. I feel like we can't discount the ending of season 2 because they knew they were making season 3 as the final wrap up. So why not lay seeds for it? So Traveler connections
could be. Hang on.
I think Traveler is kind of a Q-ish being that we don't have.
Over under on seeing Yar.
Denise.
In a memorial?
Denise in some way.
Well, let me put it this way, and I'm not trying to make fun of her. I saw a recent tweet she did where she was tweeting about trying to get a copy of Star Trek The Next Generation for free because she did some voice work on an extras feature. And I'm like, if that's what she's resorting to, I don't think she's getting.
All right.
Yeah,
it wasn't proud days. I think. I mean, like, it sounds like she's not getting treated well, but it's hard to believe that she's going to be. I mean, I would like her to be. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I know you want.
I mean, you could say the same thing for Ro.
Yeah,
that would be cool. That'd be so.
Ro would be great. I mean, Ro would be fantastic.
Awesome.
Like, just shows up in like episode 6 or something, just randomly, and you're like,
but you know what they would do? They would kill her for no reason. They would kill her like they did with Hugh for no reason. Hugh was awesome.
Yeah, we gotta stop.
Let's bring him back.
It's like, don't bring him back because they're going to kill him.
Darren. I don't know if you've ever seen a little Star Wars film called Rogue One, but I'm not going to here to tell you how Picard season 3 is going to end. But,
oh my God! Can you imagine?
We can't.
I would quit Star Trek. I would quit Star Trek. I really would. That would be the end of it. I'd be like, nope. If it doesn't end,
I had to watch Data die already. I cannot.
guys. I'm going to throw this out here. Over under on any of the mains living through this.
I think they all should.
They all
have to. They've already re-killed Data. You don't get to kill. Okay, kill Picard.
I'm going to say, you think all of them will live through this? Seriously. You think all of the mains? Okay.
I kind of do. I
don't. One of them's at least one, if not more.
Really? If they're going to make this a farewell thing,
Picard's dying. 100%.
He's not. He's a robot. He can live as long as he wants.
Is he natural life?
Is that still a thing? I don't know.
Star Trek writers, go watch The Undiscovered Country to learn how to end.
Yes,
it was called All Good Things.
No, take the ship and fly it into a star, and that's it. We don't know where they go.
Then we never do this again. Leave those characters in space. Yeah. It's fine. We'll be okay with it.
I just want the whole series to just be them in his office, or his room, the office, at the chateau, and just like, hey, what's going on? And every episode is just one of them, and like before, like, I'll go next, and then the episode is the Little Forge story, episode 2, the Beverly story, and if that's all we need, we don't need to
see. This is why I think that they're not dying, is because, except for Picard. And, and Raffi and Seven. But, like, we haven't spent any time with any of these characters. So it'd be so weird for them to all of a sudden appear and then be gone.
I mean, it'll be 10 episodes.
Right. No, but, like, think about that. Like, every episode would be a character thing about that person.
What if it's a murder mystery and each has a different point of view and we don't know what's happening?
That'd be cool. That'd actually be cool. One of you is a murderer.
And like it all leads to the final episode where they christen the Enterprise D Museum or whatever.
Enterprise F.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh yeah, they christen a new ship. That'd be fine.
Ooh,
and they say,
but I like what you're saying, Daniel. The Enterprise D Museum, they took the saucer off of that planet and like put it in a space dock or something.
Right. And then Riker is joshing his wife the whole time. Don't sit there.
I just don't. I don't. I'm nervous. I'll just say that.
I mean, because I will say this, and you know me. Every new season of any series, I'm like, let's go. Doesn't matter my feelings about last season, but Picard, I will say, depending on how the season goes, not that they care what I think, most disappointed series for me, and I match it with Discovery. I would more Discovery than Picard. And that's just me. But anyway, so I hope season 3 lands it and is fun. But
do we know when season 3 is coming out?
2023.
Okay.
Oh, is that what it said at the end of the trailer or whatever?
Next year. I'm like, I know it's not this year.
I assume, because like I said, so if we do this in our heads real quick. So Lower Decks is August something.
Yeah.
There's 10 to 12 episodes.
I'm guessing 10. It's been 10 the last 2 seasons.
Takes us to October.
Sounds right. Mid-October? Yeah.
It's like mid-August to mid...
Oh, late October then probably.
Yeah.
So what takes us through then? Nothing.
Oh, yeah. It'd have to be Discovery Season 5, right?
I don't know, because I was discussing in Slack. They're still shooting. They finished Strange New Worlds. They finished Picard.
Okay, maybe it's Strange New Worlds.
Maybe it's Prodigy, which would be the smart thing.
How many more episodes do we have? I have no idea.
No, we're only halfway through Prodigy.
Season 1. Yeah,
in season 1,
I think they're like 22 episodes this season, and they're only got through 10, I think, or 8 or something.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that could be a filler.
But I'm just surprised we haven't gotten, because I just, Paramount doesn't give a blank what I care, but like, just give us the calendar year. How you have it? I mean, it's not like you're like October, like, what do we got in the can?
Yeah, it is annoying the way that it's like being released.
I mean, I'm seeing an article that says Prodigy season 1 part 2 should be premiering late 22. So I'm guessing that's after Lower Decks.
So we got Lower Decks.
Section 31 Prodigy. Is season 1 in development. It says it. I am also seeing unnamed Starfleet Academy series in development.
Yeah,
who knows if that will be a thing?
If they didn't announce it at Comic-Con.
Well, because we talked a bit about like, what's replacing Picard. Because Picard's going to be done.
Maybe we'll get that.
But that's going to be a few years out.
Well, ish. I mean, like, we don't know what they're doing. Well, we would know. They leak everything. But like, okay, so say, for instance, because Picard season 2 was in February or March, off the top of my head. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I swear it was like near the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think it was too.
Yeah.
So say that it'll be January, February timeframe. And then once that ends, I mean, I don't know. I'm out talking out of my whatever. I would think they would have a series that they want to promote after that.
Well, after Picard this year was Strange New Worlds, so maybe that's when they stick Strange New Worlds season 2,
which is done, yeah. And then after that, hopefully, presumably, maybe Discovery. I mean, for them, I'm for them. Like, they're promoting it a lot in their trailers out here.
I wonder what the plan for Discovery is. Like, I wonder if like maybe season 5 is like, I don't know. I don't know.
I thought I'd read that 5 and 6 were greenlit.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's not right. I don't
know. They're going 7. Whatever. I'm not for, it's their.
I mean, that'd be kind of a nice milestone as the first show to make 7 since Voyager.
Yeah.
But
first show in 20 years to go 7 seasons.
I mean, granted, most TV shows don't go to 7 seasons nowadays anyway. It's
no Big Bang Theory.
That's true. And, they still won't hit the count because it's...
I was going to say, it's like not even close. It's like still a third of the count.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But hey, that's fine.
They won't even hit 100 episodes. They're not even eligible for syndication.
How are they going to make their money?
Even Enterprise hit that. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
True. All right. Well, this was a lot of fun just talking some Trek news. It's always good when we have something to look forward to, as apparently they're going to kill all of our beloved characters. But we'll see what happens. Well, Philip, if someone wanted to talk to you about the Order of Death, where would they find you online?
Post your odds on each character. They can find me at NC Public Servant.
And Daniel, what is the over-under on a Sagan-class Enterprise showing up? Where would they talk to you about that?
Well, I would hope that it would be 100%, because that would be fantastic. And they could find me on Twitter at OneUpDan. That's the number 1, not the word.
I mean, we would see right through it of like, well, that's just because that's the set you have. Of course, that's the... But I wouldn't even care.
That's your backdoor pilot to the new Star Trek series, the Enterprise F. It could be 100% new crew.
Yeah.
Or you keep 7 on or something.
Yeah.
She's younger. Yeah, we'll see. All right. And if they want to talk to me about any of that, they can talk to me at drsci-fi.com, DRSCIFI. Well, I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Philip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
Stranded here, talking new Trek on SETI Alpha 3.